it would also be nice if we could style the link if it is active. The nice thing is that Bootstrap in theory gives us this class we can attach to the list item called active. And if we do attach it, well, this is marked as active. The problem we have though is, well, we have this router link active class added to our anchor tag and not to the parent element here. So these are two problems at once. The name is wrong, it's router link active instead of just active, and it's on the wrong element. Well, how can we solve that? We can achieve this by removing our list items here and only using router link, and then overwriting what this router link shall be like, or shall be. So we can add the tag property to router link and set this to li to create a list item instead of an anchor tag. And then we simply nest the anchor tag inside of it with no attributes at all, just an empty anchor tag like this. And what this will do is router link will now set up the link on the list item. It may have an element inside of it, that's no problem. Router link may take any content you want to set up as a link. But now the real link is the list item element, which we set up here. And now we can also override the class we want to use by setting the active class attribute here as well. And I can set this to active. This will make sure that now instead of router link active, it will attach the active class to the active link. So let me add this to the second router link here too. And with that, we can already see that it works, though we also see an issue. It correctly selects user, but home stays selected at all times. Now this happens because the default behavior for the active class, or for determining whether a link is active or not, is that it looks at where this link leads to, so just slash, and then it looks at your URL. And by default, it marks a link as active whenever your URL starts with the link or with the to path here. Now clearly, all our URLs start with slash after the domain. All our paths start with slash. Now that's a great behavior if you have nested routes like a user and then an ID, and you always want to keep the user selected in your navbar. It's not the desired behavior though in a case like this when we don't want to mark the root route as active all the time. So we can add another configuration attribute here, which is called exact, and by adding it like this, we override the default, so now this has to be an exact match. So it doesn't suffice that our path starts with the part here in the to link or in this path here. Instead, it has to be the full path with which matches this. So now you see it only matches if we are on home and not if we are on user. So with that, we're styling the active link on an outer item, so on the list item here instead of the link. And we also override the active class and make sure it only gets attached when we want to attach it.